Hello and welcome to the penultimate round of the Britpart MSA British Cross Country Championships from Myherin, Wales. In the Freelander Challenge, Matthew Morgan and Chris Ratter are fighting for the top spot. In the trophy class, last year's winner Paul Harris has built a comfortable lead over second place Mark Jakes. And in the championship class, Dan Lofthouse could seal the title in this round. But anything can happen in BCCC. A few unfinished runs could seriously mess up his title chances. First though, we start with the Clubman's event and Ben Gott. Ben makes a welcome return to the BCCC in his TMC buggy after a year and a half absence. Ben took the first day nice and easy as his engine's just been rebuilt, but on the second day he really put his foot down and put in some very respectable times. On the second day, however, he got a bit bogged down on run 2 and that really hurt his times, and he finished in second.
How's your weekend going then, Ben?
It's going very well. It's great to be back out again, actually, because I haven't been out in a British event for about a year and a half now. The last one I did was Rally de Seams a year and a week ago. So it's good fun to be out in the wet Welsh mountains and get the TMC out and have a bit of fun and chill out, meet and catch up with everyone. How's
the car been running?
Good, yeah, it's going really well. It's an engine rebuild, so sort of took it a bit easy yesterday, but it's in full flow now. I had 2 bunches yesterday and then got stuck in a boggy bit on first run this morning, so that sort of wrecked the timing. So yeah, just out enjoying it, and it's an amazing course, really good, fast and flowing course. So it's good fun out there.
But you're having fun then?
Yeah, definitely.
Good stuff.
Richard Green was out in his new Tomcat 100, and whereas the fast course favoured Ben Gott's quicker TMC buggy, Richard came out as the winner in this Clubman event thanks to Gott's unfortunate bogging down incident on day 2. Green's consistent times throughout the weekend helped him secure the victory.
So have you had to adjust the driving style from yesterday to today with the rain?
I've backed off slightly just to get to the end now. I've only got 2 runs to do, so it's not worth throwing it in the ditches. So I just lifted off a touch, just still testing the car, still a new car. But 2 runs and hopefully we'll get to the end.
Okay, well good luck for the rest of the weekend and thanks for talking to us.
Thank you.
And on to the Freelander Challenge now, and we start with last year's winner, Nick Lines. Nick was the quickest in a number of the runs on the weekend, but he took maxima on 4 of the runs, and that left him 4th overall. His chances of a championship win this year are all but over. The podium is not out of the question, however, and he'll have to battle hard with Ian Letman at the final round, which takes place at Walters Arena.
weekend been so far?
Yeah, very good. I've put in some good times and the car's been pretty reliable. We managed to have a blowout yesterday, which put us up into the bank, but luckily there was very little damage because it was about a foot of moss. So we had to wait there a little bit and pulled out and drove off. It was all very easy.
What's going on over my shoulder?
Nothing. Well, spin around, spin around. You gotta be quicker than that.
The Race to Recovery boys were back with us, headed up by driver Tony Harris. The Race to Recovery team are preparing themselves for another trip to the Dakar Rally in January 2014. Tony's weekend was going well until the third from last run on day 2 when, aided by a deluge of rain, he went off the circuit and into the trees, and that put an end to his weekend. Tony finishing 3rd overall. The battle for the top spot in the Freelander Challenge is between this man, Chris Ratter, and also Matt Morgan. Chris is now lying in 2nd place after a hard-fought weekend here in Wales. Chris's times were strong throughout the first day, but unfortunately he broke his drive shaft on the final run of day 1 and had to take a maximum. But it's all still to play for going into the final round, because he's only 10 points behind the leader, Matt Morgan. Matt Morgan's start to the 2013 campaign got off very slowly indeed at the start of the season. He could only muster 3rd place in round 1, but ever since then he's been on top form and sitting at the top of the Freelander Challenge leaderboard going into the final round at Walters Arena. Anything can happen though, and he's going to have to carry on fighting hard to keep Chris Ratter off the top spot. Confirmation of the results in the Freelander Challenge. Matthew Morgan taking the class victory. Chris Ratter in 2nd place. Tony Harris in 3rd ahead of Nick Lines. The championship points look like this. Matthew Morgan still out front. Chris Ratter second from Lines and Letman, with Andrew Woodhouse in fifth.
Camshaft position sensor A.
Yeah.
Clearing faults now. Okay, should be ready to rock.
Tony!
Still coming up with manufactured fault.
That's probably with the ABS.
Unless it's gone completely. The sensor easy to get at. Maybe we'll just give them the clean and put it back in again.
Hey, no problem. We'll get it.
Yes, as you know, what we've been doing with the British Championship for the last 5 or 6 years is trying to prove it up a bit. And I had the good fortune to start training the sword team in the AA. And now what we're looking at is bringing the sword team in to help out with the British Championship. And as part of their training, what we want to do is to actually not only repair cars that you just witnessed there, but my colleague here, Brian, and I went out yesterday and recovered a car, and just to show him how kinetic energy works, because that's the way we're going with the sword team, and that's it really. Brian's pretty new on the team. He's been joined us, I think it was early this year, and he's one of the team that we'd like to do on that. So again, thanks Brian.
Pleasure, no problem at all.
And on to the trophy class now, starting with last year's champion Paul Harris in his GSR Maxi Light. Paul comes into this round with a clear advantage of 43 points ahead of second place Mark Jakes. Paul, however, suffered gearbox problems on the reconnaissance lap and then suffered numerous electrical problems throughout the weekend, which saw him end up in a place that he's very rarely used to, last. Paul's still atop of the trophy leaderboard going into the final round, but his league has significantly diminished to just 27 points. ...2013 has been Richard Kesey's debut year in the British Cross Country Championship, and it's been a steep learning curve for him in his Warrior Indy SSG. With DNFs from the last two rounds and a complete engine rebuild, Richard was taking it easy here to let the engine bed in, but he's fast getting the confidence to compete with the faster cars in the trophy class and should be a real contender in the 2014 Championship.
Excellent. So, how's your weekend been going so far?
Eventful. Enjoying it. Loving the course. Brand new engine, so we're trying to bed it in as best we can, but without giving it too much welly, and just doing what I feel comfortable. We're having a bit of a misfire at the moment, but once it's warm it seems to pick up. Obviously I had 2 DNFs from the last 2 events, so I want to make sure I get a finish out of this one. So, but it's getting very, very wet. Very wet.
And I've actually noticed as you're going past, you're very backfiery. I think you've shot me more than any other driver.
I mean, once it's under load, it wants to go, but you back off and it's popping and banging and misfiring, and I don't know what since obviously the engine's been apart, and a brand new engine with new pistons, new bottom end, and rebuilt completely from obviously the Radna, because it took out a complete piston and threw lots of bits at the head basically. So I don't know whether I've just upset something, or we'll have a look at it for next time. Obviously, get ready for Walters Arena really.
Actually, just a bit of fine tuning, but it feels like it's almost there.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, once you've got full throttle, it wants to go, but you can't really hold full throttle all the time. And I'm still getting used to the Cat 1 track, so I haven't got the confidence at 6 gear flat out to hold it like Dan Lofthouse and the other boys. So I'm enjoying. I'm just going at my own pace, enjoying it. It's my first year, and I'm having a ball. Absolutely brilliant.
Mark Jakes has had something of a reprieve with Paul Harris having to retire at this event, and he's now in with a chance of lifting the 2013 trophy. Consistent times throughout the weekend have given him second place, and he's now only 27 points behind Harris. A strong display at Walters Arena could put him in with a chance of the title.
Alright gents, so how's your weekend going?
It's going very well so far.
Very well.
Very, very good course, long, well set out. Car's going well, touch wood. No, really enjoying it to be fair. It's a bit slippy this morning, dropped the tyre pressures, but no, really
good
enjoying it.
Out there. Good jumps.
Really good jump.
Yeah.
You're trying to emulate your winged escapades from the last event then?
Well, yes. I don't think we'll get as good as we did up in Radna last time, but no, it's still good.
How you find it this morning? A lot slippier? Or?
Oh yeah, really slippy, really slippy. Just backed off and taking it easy really. Just don't want to wreck the car and don't want to do any damage. Just want to get finished really and score some points.
Cool. And any problems with the car? Is it running very smooth?
No, the car, we sorted the engine out after the last meeting. Roland from ACR rebuilt it and engine's gone fine, pulling really well, going really well. So yeah, it's good.
Alan Thomas and Barry Marshall were back onto their usual good form after a disappointing round at Radna. They put in good strong times on nearly every lap in their Warrior Gemini and came out on top to win this event by a full 5 minutes. Ahead of second place Mark Jakes. Alan can't take the top spot in the overall competition, but a second place finish isn't out of the question. So he'll be gunning for that position at Walters Arena next month.
Okay, so tell us how your weekend's gone so far.
Not too bad. We've had a good weekend, but last time out it was very a lot of spray coming into the windscreen. We couldn't see much. We had quite a slow lap. That was the slowest lap of the weekend now. But I think we're beating that that pair in 114. They're just out for picnics, them two. Well, you have to cut that out. No, it's been a good weekend. Good track. It's 10 miles. been really, really fast and flowy, and there's some really, really good off-road bits as well. It's really good.
And the car holding up okay?
At the moment, yes.
Fingers crossed.
Here are the trophy class results from round 5. A win to Alan Thomas and Barry Marshall in 1-1-2. Mark Jakes and Simon last second. Richard Kesey comes home in 3rd place and Paul Harris in 4th. The trophy class points after round 5 look like this. Paul Harris leading on 3.22. Mark Jakes second on 2.95 with Alan Thomas third on 2.42. Richard Kesey and Adam Bridgman bringing up 4th and 5th positions. Andy Powell is currently lying 6th in the championship class leaderboard after a weekend that saw him retiring on the second run of day 2 with mechanical problems. The inflection was wrong there, Lee, so I'll do that again. Andy Powell is currently lying 6th on the championship class leaderboard after a weekend that saw him retiring on the second run of day 2 with mechanical problems. Up until the last round he could have been in contention for at least 3rd spot, but this weekend's misfortune has seriously put that at risk. He'll be back at Walters Arena to fight hard and be in with a chance. Myherin and co-driver Tony Coyd have been having a strong season in their AT 4x4 Challenger with a new Jaguar engine, but unfortunately that wasn't to last as they could only manage 11th at this event, having to retire towards the end of day 2. Mike now lies 4th in the championship and has everything to play for going into the final round. Martin Cox was one of the drivers who fell victim to the slippy conditions caused by rainy weather on day 2. He came off the track on run 9. Thankfully both driver and navigator were unharmed and continued on, but could only manage 10th place. After a non-finish in round 3 and this incident, Martin is out of the title race, but he's a strong driver and will no doubt be back again next year. Toby Jefferson just couldn't keep up the pace of the previous rounds and fell short at this meeting. His season has been great so far, with seconds and thirds throughout, but he could only manage 9th place here. He's still second overall, but Paul Myers is now snapping at his heels, and it will all be decided next time out at Walters Arena. Phil Ibbotson and co-driver Will Jefferson had a nice trouble-free weekend here in Wales. The pair put in steady, consistent times throughout both days, and that gave them a comfortable 8th position. Phil's now 10th in the championship, and of course had a DNF back in round 3.
Okay guys, so how's the weekend going so far?
It's pretty good. It's a fantastic course. It's what the British is all about. Really, really good course. Bit of everything. Enjoying it. Yeah, it's really good.
You enjoying how it's a bit quicker than most of the courses of the season?
Yes. Yeah. There's more sort of cat 1, cat 2 types. Just the enjoyment of it. Yeah, I like it. Definitely, it's good.
And it's good because the extra length you get into it, and, you know, we're doing decent lap times and you're out there for a length of time. You are getting a chance to sort of get into the full flow of everything.
The car not throwing up any problems for you?
Up to yet. Just fingers, no, we've not put a spanner on her. She's just run like clockwork, can't falter. It just runs beautiful.
And have you had to adjust your driving style a bit from yesterday to today with the rain?
Just be very, very wary, yeah, because it's hellish slippy. So it's just been more. Yeah, it's been not over cautious, but just trying to be aware that, you know, what's up there, what it can be like, and just trying to, so you don't catch you out. You know?
I hope you get it round in one piece for the rest of the weekend.
Thank you.
That's the
plan. Thanks a lot. Cheers.
Keith Wilde came to the competition late this year, joining us in round 4, but he put in an impressive display at this meeting in his Milner R4 and came home in 7th overall.
tell us how your weekend's going, how you're enjoying today so far?
It's going very well, thank you. Really good day yesterday. Quite slippy in places, but we managed to get round. Today's going well as well.
How are you enjoying the mud?
It's okay, yeah. We don't mind a bit of mud.
Ian Bartlett's weekend threw up no surprises as he drove his way into a comfortable 6th position. If Ian could push a bit harder in the final round, he could be in with a chance of a podium spot. Only time, of course, will tell if that becomes a reality.
So you enjoying the weekend so far?
Yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah, really good stage, really fast. A lot of cut on roads, a little bit of more intense rough areas, but yeah, fantastic course. Really enjoying it.
Are you enjoying the fact it's a bit more of a faster course?
Yeah, I mean, everyone likes a bit of speed, don't they, and a bit of thrill, and it definitely is delivering that out there. Yeah, it's the weather as well. I mean, it's mixed conditions, it's slippery. Yesterday it was quite dry, today it's very slippery, so you've got to adjust your driving style to it as well. So yeah, it's very good.
Car holding up okay?
Yes, touch wood so far. One puncture on the first run, going up through a riverbed which is quite stony, only to be expected, taking it a little bit easier up there now. And basically, yeah, it's been holding together. The only thing we did have on the last run, when it started downpouring, is the heated screen relay stopped working, which stopped the heated screen, and it misted up. And we ended up doing half the run with a misty windscreen, which was quite fun.
Well, good luck for the rest of the weekend. Thanks for talking to us.
Cheers.
Steve Smith came in 5th position in his JRG Clio. He had strong, consistent times throughout the weekend, and apart from his co-driver having to clear the windscreen of mist, he had a relatively trouble-free weekend.
So you're having a good weekend now?
Yeah, it's great, fantastic course, really fast, nice and flowing, bends as well, so it's really good.
Yeah, there's no part in it that you can find particularly tricky?
Yeah, the end of the start straight, everybody's had a lot of trouble, I think, going off the edge of the track. I think the only thing that's kept some of them from major disaster is a bit of a fence.
A few scrapes then?
Yeah. Touch wood. We haven't had any issues really.
Yeah, we have. We've had issues.
No, we haven't had no issues whatsoever.
No issues with this.
So the car's been holding up quite well?
Yeah, it's done quite well.
The wiping hasn't been very good.
Paul Myers is really fighting hard for a strong podium finish in this year's championship after the disaster that befell him last year in the final round. He's been a strong driver all this season. His Land Rover Tornado doing the business, and this round was no different, with his times getting quicker and quicker after nearly every run, with the final run being the quickest of the weekend. But it wasn't enough today, and he finished fourth, only a few minutes behind third place man Carl Gudgeon.
So, how's your weekend going so far?
Oh, absolutely brilliant, yeah, really enjoying it. A superb course, touch wood, the car's been behaving itself, so it's been really good so far.
You enjoying the fact it's mostly a high-speed course?
It is, yeah. I mean, it's the car's not ideally suited to the real high speed, but it's still great fun to drive.
No reliability problems at all then?
Not yet.
What's it been like this morning? It's obviously significantly wetter today.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot slippier that last run. A lot of standing water, and at one point we were struggling to see where we're going. The rain was that heavy, but hopefully it's lifted a bit now.
Well, cool. Good luck for the rest of today, and have a decent finish.
Great, thank you.
Yes.
Carl Gudgeon had to fight for his third place finish at this event in his GSR Evo X. Strong times throughout the weekend. Sadly, Carl isn't in contention for a podium in the championship, but he's a very good driver and will be a strong contender for sure in next year's championship.
So how are you enjoying the weekend so far?
We're really enjoying it. Much to put on a mega course. It's very fast. Not very technical, but it's bloody fast really.
So there's nowhere that you're finding particularly tricky to get around?
No, there's no tricky bits. It's just very tidy driving really. If you don't drive tidily, you come off.
Has the car been holding up okay?
Car's been brilliant since we mended it from last crash. My fiberglass man worked wonders, and it's all back together.
I remember how it looked at the end of the last round.
Yeah, well, it's all mended again now, so we're happy.
Okay. Hoping to get through the last few runs without a scratch?
Hopefully, yeah. Just drive nice and steady, like we have been doing, and we'll be alright.
Just bring it to the end?
Yeah, take it to the end, and hopefully we'll be finishing at top 5.
Okay, well, good luck for the rest of the weekend. Thanks for talking to us.
Cheers.
Paul Garner put in an impressive display in his GSR V10 after a disappointing time at Radnor with engine problems. They were fixed, however, for this event, and Paul and Carl Gudgeon battled hard for second place, with Paul just coming out on top by less than a minute. Owing to those engine problems in the previous round, in round 2, Paul is out of contention for a podium finish in the championship. But again, if he can keep the car ticking over, he's another one to watch for next year.
Hi Paul, so how's your weekend going so far?
Yeah, not too bad at the moment. It's a bit wet, bit slippery today, but we're still on the pace, not too bad. People are dropping out, we're not, so hopefully a good result this weekend.
And how's the car holding up?
Yeah, well this time. We had problems on the last round we did with engine problems, but we sorted those and everything's holding together lovely at the moment.
You enjoying the fact that this is a very, very much a speed circuit?
Yeah, it's very good. Excellent yesterday, a bit slippy today, so we're just sort of, keeping on the road today.
Dan Lofthouse won his 4th British MSA British Cross Country Championship round of the year, and in doing so claimed his first BCCC title. It's been a long time coming for Dan, who's had to settle for 2nds and 3rds over the years, but this year he drove hard all season and showed us some stunning driving. He finished first this weekend, a full 10 minutes ahead of second place man Paul Garner, with the quickest times on nearly every run of the weekend. Congratulations then to Dan and his co-driver Johnny Kunja.
So Dan, yet another victory for you. How were those last couple of runs?
They were quite nerve-wracking actually. They picked up a bit of a vibration on the car, so luckily we'd done all the hard work yesterday, so we back off quite considerably today and just nursed the car up. So literally we've been going 60% this all day today, really, just to get the car back in one piece. So it's lasted fine. It's just a centre bearing on the prop shaft, which is nothing of a job to change. We just didn't have a spare one.
So with the changing conditions, have you had to suit your driving style to suit them?
It's gone really slippy. I mean that last one now with the downpour, it is just little mini rivers running down all the ruts and the tracks, but we're backing off so much. It's really steady compared to yesterday, so it's been quite an easy drive in that retrospect.
Okay, now you're looking forward to the last round at Walters Arena?
We'll see. I'm not a fan of Walters Arena, but we'll be there and we'll see what happens.
Here's the round 5 results, and a win for Dan Lofthouse and Johnny Kunja. Paul Garner in 2nd from Carl Gudgeon, Paul Myers in 4th from Steve Smith, then Ian Bartlett, Keith Wilde, Phil Ibbotson, Toby Jefferson and Martin Cox rounding out the top 10. Dan Lofthouse takes the championship, Toby Jefferson still 2nd from Paul Myers and Mike Moran, then it's Andy Powell and Ian Bartlett, Steve Smith followed by Martin Cox, and then Carl Gudgeon and Phil Ibbotson. So the championship class winner has been decided. The 2nd and 3rd still up for grabs, along with the trophy class and Freelander Challenge. The final showdown at the home of UK rallying, Walters Arena. Join us next time to find out who those victors will be in the Brit Part MSA British Cross Country Championship.